Hey y'all. Well, it's what time is it here? It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. I've been up all night, dozing off here and there. And I tried to repair my Prince Adam, and I bought these O-rings yesterday, and I don't really know what size they are. I bought about 4 of them, 5 of them, I think. Anyway, they seemed to like they were going to work, so I gave them a try and everything, and I already had some hooks and everything in here, so, but I don't know whether the hooks are probably are not long enough or what have you, or maybe the O-rings are too stretchy, but they don't look stretchy, they don't feel stretchy, that stretchy. They're pretty, I mean, it seems like even stretched about that long, they would hold the legs in pretty snug. But being that the hooks are being twisted into the remaining rubber in the legs here, it kind of makes it hard. So see, even though I got the hooks in there, I put 2 of them in there, and I went to Toy Polloi in another video and everything. I watched how they did it. So what they did was they took the hooks and screwed them in there and everything into the legs, to the remaining rubber, and got it down pretty good, and took a piece of string or strand or something and hooked it through the groin area of the fur breeches, fur pants, fur shorts, to the top, to the not the crotch area, but to the hole around the back there. And so I pulled it through and everything, and I used a little screwdriver to kind of stop, to keep the 2 little, I put 2 of them in there. First time I put 1, then I put 2. And then I put that little screwdriver there to keep it from going back in. And I put the screw into the other leg, the little hook screw into the other leg, and opened the hook up and hooked it around. And this time I went to, put it in there a little bit further. I mean, it's in there, because I was able to manage to get it in there a little bit further, the screws, the hook screws. But at the same time, it's still a bit wobbly. His legs point in the right direction, but if you can see the ball area there, it's not really pulling it up in there like it should. It should pull it up into the to the hip a little bit more. And it's the same thing with this. It's probably too stretchy, you know what I mean? So it's just not doing what it should do. So what I'm probably going to do is go back to the store and see if I can find a smaller O-ring, something that's, well, maybe not small, but something that's a little bit thicker, that I constrict more, kind of a little bit thicker than this penny I got, a little bit more width to it, and see if that works. I brought some beat up He-Man toys that I just want to try to restore from somebody on Facebook. So I'm gonna, he was sending me 2 leg bands, the little mushroom end leg bands. So he's sending me a few of those. So I watched Toy Polloi and everything, and he showed if you take the legs with the rubber pieces in them, the remaining rubber pieces, and you put them in hot water, real hot water, that hot water softens the legs up, which I thought they were like hard plastic. It looks like they're kind of like a rubber plastic. And you can take a little protein thing and get the rest of them out, and but these are they're like dry rotted inside of these. So that's probably why it's stretching a little bit more than it could, because the hook is inside the rubber, whatever rubber's remaining there is stretchy, and there's all some of it above that is dry rotted. So it looks like that's the situation for both legs. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm trying to find first a thicker O-ring, and if that doesn't work, then I'm going to wait till the leg bands get in and do what Toy Ploy and others had suggested, and trying to get his legs back in working order. Because of course I'm not going to really play with them or anything. I'm just wanting to try to restore it. And I think the next thing I really want to do, where's my other He-Man at? Yeah, is really do something about this right here. For the Power Punch He-Man's waist, his not a Power Punch, but the battle armor He-Man, his twist punch is broke, so I want to try to replace that. Seems like it might be a spring or something in there. And you can see with him, he's kind of open-legged, but you can twist and manipulate these, and the ball parts go right up into his shorts there. So it's a lot better condition than what you see with Prince Adam's. To see the ball of the hip, the ball of the legs is kind of outside of the shorts, whereas these are not so much. So evidently the leg bands and these right here are in good shape, but those aren't. But his punch is gone. So I want to try to do something about that. So what I did try to do is I try to see if I can open his chest part of it up, just like I saw some Wookie whatever his name is. And I was like, nah, I'm damaging it too much, and I don't want to mess it up anymore. And it's not like it's my vintage He-Man. I bought these secondhand, and so I'm not really, they're not my toys that I grew up with, but I kind of want to preserve as much of them as I can, you know. And so, and again too, there you see in this little hip area there, these bands are pretty snug. I guess I don't want to pull too much. I might end up breaking this one, but kind of curious what it looks. It looks like it's got a little bit of dryness on it, but it's still holding in there pretty good. I don't want to stretch it any more than I have to, but it's holding up pretty good. Let's check out the other ones here on the Power Punch He-Man. And this one right here, and you can see he's got black crotch. This He-Man's got black crotch. Let me see if I can get my light here. I got a light. Ooh, sorry, that was bright. So he's got, put your head down. He's got a little bit of black crotch. I'm just not shining on it directly. So for some reason or another, you can see the balls of his legs. And whatever they had in there, whatever kind of band they had in there, it's deteriorating or something other. I'm afraid if I kind of pull it right now, it might stamp out. So I don't know what that is, but his leg balls are really showing there. I'm not talking about, you know, that thing, but you know, yeah. So see what it looks like here. Yep, it's probably got dry rotted a bit. It might have been greasy or something. But the only thing I don't like about this one is whenever I try to turn it one place, he goes another. So if I try to line him up as a just standing pose, he goes that way. And I don't know if that has something to do with his power pack or what. Oh, okay, well. See his head. That's weird. Trying to get him situated in one little spot, but he keeps turning. Oh, there we go. Try to leave him in that little area there. He's cocked. He's ready to go. All right. I would like to get some little snappy things and see how it sounds. Kind of like a, it's basically a cap gun on an action figure. That's all it is. But anyway, you notice he ain't got no neck. He's a no-neck He-Man. But I love the symbol though. That symbol in the this one right here. I remember when it first came out. I mean, it's like, hey, that's like the H of my name. You know, it's pretty cool. You know, and I've always enjoyed these type of He-Mans. He's an 80, I think this is an 83, 82, 83. No, this is an 84. Yeah, so. And I got that one. And then I got a Man-at-Arms. Let's check out his leg bands. His are kind of, see, his is a little bit loose. But, yeah, well, he's got his balls showing right here, his leg balls. And I'm not saying, when I said balls, I don't mean, you know, those balls. But his leg bands seem to be very, very loose there. Don't want to pull too much on there. They're very stretchy. I don't think he can stand up on his own. Let's see here. Oh no, he's a lot like Prince Adam now. He's got wobble legs. This one right here tends to wobble a bit more for some reason or other. And this one's kind of stiff. Both of these wobble. So, and this has the original leg band in it. This one doesn't. This has the hook and O-rings. So what I'm gonna try to do is get his armor, or just get another Man-at-Arms if it's cheaper, and maybe same with this one too. Use it for parts. Probably get another Prince Adam if I can. I bought. Let's see here. I bought these two at an antique store. And I got these two, the Prince Adam one, for my son a few years ago. See, I was using metal string to pull it through several years ago for Christmas. The Power Punch He-Man and the Prince Adam. I did have his sword, Prince Adam's sword, but I don't know where it went off to. But yeah, none of these are originally mine. So I mean, I kind of got into them. I like to kind of get into things like that for hobby sake, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna try to fix these things up and everything, and see how the progress goes on getting the leg bands redone, you know. But like I said, I got a few more coming on the way, and hopefully their leg bands are in better shape. So, and I would like to fix his twist punch. This figure here, but it looks like somebody just went ham on it and just snapped it, you know. But I would like to try to fix it without tearing the armor up, you know. And there are ways to do that, I guess, but it's just very tedious. But I did take the head off and everything there. It's like on one of those little peg things in there. So I was trying to pull it and kind of see if I can kind of split it apart, but I seem to kind of nick the battle armor a little bit. Thankfully not on the part where it shows the damage, but you know, yeah, they want to keep doing that. But it's pretty neat. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed that. And I'm just gonna say, a hook and O-rings, I don't think that's a good idea. I think it's probably best to go with the original. Heating the water up, getting you the tools like the hemostats or needle nose, curved needle nose pliers or whatever, and something other to push it in there while it's hot and warm, and kind of getting original. And probably the best thing to do is once you do that, probably just to get one leg warmed up really good and set it in hot water, you know, get the stuff out of it, push the leg band in, get it set in there, and of course put it in cold water, anneal it, whatever you want to call it. That way it holds on to that piece of rubber, and when you pull it through the shorts here, the top hole, that way it has a good hold on it, and you got a good hold with your string or whatever. And of course, I don't know, it might still need to be warm for the other leg, but hopefully the other leg would be stretchy enough so it can fit in around the mushroom end of that leg band. I don't know, it might be best just to keep it warmed up, the other leg. I'm forgetting whether he said to heat it up or whatever, which does remind me, I had a He-Man action figure one time, and for some odd dumb reason, and I was talking about my Toy Story about it, I put it in boiling water. And I remember the legs did get stretchy, and they were wobbly, and they were really like that, the legs themselves. And it started splitting around the chest area, you know. And why I did something like that, I have no idea. I was crazy when I did stuff. And I took it after it cooled off or whatever. We were going to the lake that day, and I lost it at the lake. That was 38 years ago. So, yeah, so it's been in that lake for 38 years, almost 40 years. I was like 13 or something. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoy that, and I'm gonna get off here and go to bed, I think, and that's kind of getting late. Well, it's early now, it's in the morning, but this is about my sleep time anyway. Alright, y'all take care. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'm gonna try to do some more videos how it's gonna go with the leg bands and stuff like that. Again, I'm going to try the O-ring again. What I'm going to try to probably do, if that don't work, then I'm going to go on with the leg bands, the little connector bands that I'm being sent by the guy I bought some He-Man from. There is a he-hip thing, which seems to be a lot more easier. And I'm trying to get it with the owner, whoever it is, that we can just pop them in the little shorts there, the first shorts, and you can just push them on there, you know. And they snap up in there on both sides, and they push up in there. So, I mean, it should be pretty easy. It's like a ball and hip thing, a hip replacement for your He-Man action figures. It should be pretty cool. See y'all later.